Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaaya Trambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikagnikalaya Kalagni Rudraya Neelakanthaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Shriman Mahadevaya Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om, salutations to all. So today is I think we are seeing about Nageshwar Nath, and in this list of Jyotirlingas, Nageshwar Nath is 10th one. Vaidyanatham Chita Bhumau Nagesham Darukavane Setubandhe Cha Ramesham Bhushmesham Cha Shivalaye. That is 11 and 12. So, where is Nageshwar Nath ji? As per the Shiva Puran, Nageshwar Nath ji is in Gujarat, near Dwarka. Yamye sadange nagareti ramye vibhushitangam vividhaischa bhogaihi subhakti mukti pradameshamekam srinaganatham sharanam prapadye. So, in the one of the most beautiful places, Bhagwan Nageshwar Nath ji resides. Yamye sadange nagare atiramye, in a very beautiful place, a city. Vibhushitangam vividhaischa bhogaihi, and various abhushanas and various enjoyments. Bhagwan resides amidst that beautiful city with all alankar, etc., and who grants bhakti and mukti, sad bhakti, good bhakti, and mukti, sad bhakti mukti pradamisham, to that Lord who is one, who is Srinaganath. I take his refuge. So the shloka here says Vibhushitangam. Bhagwan is decorated well here. Everywhere the decoration of Bhagwan happens nicely only. But Bhagwan Shiva is not Alankara Priya in that sense. He is Abhisheka Priya. He loves Abhisheka. We can do Alankar, no problem, and different uh, temples. Alankara of Bhagwan also happens in a different way. So South India, if you see, the Alankara of Bhagwan will be in a certain way. If you go to Mahakaleshwar, it will be in a certain way, Varanasi in some other way. Each place is a different way in which the Alankar happens. Bhagwan Shiva is anyway Abhisheka Priya, so common thing which will happen everywhere is Abhisheka will happen of Bhagwan. Now, what is the significance? So, this one place, as per the Shiva Puran, it is the place in Gujarat, but there are some another 2-3 places where the understanding of people is this is also Nageshwar Nath ji. So one place is in Hyderabad near Awadha. So people think that is also Nageshwar Nath ji. Then in Uttarakhand near Almoda there is Yogeshwar or Jageshwar, sorry. So Sometimes one considers that also as Nageshwar Nath. And yesterday, what we saw, Vasuki Nath in Vaidyanath Dham, that also is considered as Nageshwar Nath. So, different places, as I said, so even Bhima Shankar we have like that, and some other places also, Devghar, Baidyanath Ji. So sometimes there are multiple places. The one goes by Shiva Puran here, and the idea is not to say that this is the only one, the others are wrong, etc. Bhagwan is anyway all pervasive. One can worship Bhagwan anywhere. Now, what is the story behind Nageshwar Nath? So, Darukavani, Nagesham Darukavani is said, right? So, this Darukavan is not that same Vana where Bhagwan manifested as a Bhikshu. So, Bhikshatana Rupa, where the rishis of Darukavan were performing the yajna and Bhagwan comes in Bhikshatana Rupa. That's legend which is there. This is not that. This is a different one. So, uh, Daruka is one Rakshasi, and this Rakshasi has done tapasya and pleased Bhagwan, pleased Mother Parvati. Her husband's name is Daruka. So Daruka is the Rakshasa, Daruka is the Rakshasi. And with lot of other Rakshasas, this Daruka has created lot of havoc. He does not allow the saints and sages, rishis, munis, devotees to worship Bhagwan. He destroys their yajnas, destroys the temples, and anybody who is trying to walk the path of dharma, he creates troubles for them. And they had one very special boon. So what was that boon? And the boon was the forest where they stay. In this forest is some 16 yojanas wide. Uh, and that whole forest with all the you know facilities, etc., is a mobile forest. It can move from one place to another. Wherever they go, this forest will come with them and settle down there, and everything will happen nicely. They stay there for some time, then again they move, go to some other place. So that is a special boon that this Daruka Rakshasi had got from Mother Parvati. Um, and Mother Parvati had given her the responsibility to maintain that forest well, not to destroy that forest. So that she used to take care of that forest, but it is like her home, but a mobile home. And so because it's a mobile thing now, wherever they go, they settle down there and then they start creating havoc for the people around. And so a lot of rishis got very disturbed by him, by this Daruka Rakshasa. And so one rishi, Maharshi called Aurva, they go and take refuge of this Aurva rishi, and they explain all the challenges they have that this Rakshas keeps moving and keeps creating trouble for us. And if he does all this, he doesn't allow us to do yajnas, etc., we can't do our sadhana. And this devatas also then get affected because ahutis are not offered. So something has to be done. And so Aurva Rishi, he gave one uh, curse to all these Rakshasas. When Aurva Rishi came to know of the plight of the other rishis, he is supposed to be some great Maharshi. I have not done much research on him yet. And he gives a curse. And what is this curse? Um, if henceforth they destroy the yajnas of the rishis, they will get killed. They will lose their life. Now, once the devatas heard this, कि okay, this Aurva Rishi's curse has come. See, now some people say, why should rishis curse? First of all, the power to curse is not there with everybody. Just because we say something in anger and say, I give you shrap. When we were children, we used to do like that. Ramayana, Mahabharata, and so many other serials when they used to come, in that they will show like this, मैं तुम्हें श्राप देता हूँ. So when we fight with each other, some siblings and friends and all of them, then one used to say, I will curse you. I curse you. Do this will happen to you. Nothing happens. The ability to curse is only in a mind which is certain level of purity, single pointedness, and that also one gives a curse, one loses the tapobala. Curse is not something that is given out of just some personal anger, or it is uh, it is without producing any effect. No, it consumes energy, it takes away tapobala, it it brings down the sadhana and the sattva guna in the mind of the person. So it is just not uh, to be taken for granted that, oh, one can give a curse. No, no. One must have a certain level of mental strength and capability for that. One. Two, many times the curse, if you see the great rishis, etc., when they give the curse, that curse is not a personal uh, vendetta or some kind of a revenge, or the curse will be for the common good. Yeah, there may be some examples of people who have cursed because of some personal reasons also. And as I said, then it does happen that anyway the tapobal will go down, the sadhana will reduce. One has to again do much more to regain that state of mind. So the rishis, some of them, when they give curse, that curse will be to bring out the glory of Bhagwan, or to ensure that this particular jiva, they get their negative karma phala and that gets exhausted, or it will be to relieve somebody of some sorrow. So various reasons are there behind it. So the Aurva Rishi gave the curse. And what was the curse? If they do any damage more, if they come to disturb or destroy a yagna anymore, they will get killed. So when devatas heard about this, they attacked the asuras, these rakshasas. So when they attacked, the rakshasas are now scared, because what should they do now? If they kill the devatas, then as per the shrap of the Muni, they will also get killed. Because it's not, see, yajna, if you destroy, the yajna is being done to offer ahutis for the devatas. So if devatas directly are killed, then obviously they will also get killed. Because if the means only is getting disturbed, you will get killed. Then the goal, if that you attack and you kill, or you even defend and you kill, you will be destroyed. So they are in a dilemma, because if they don't attack in self-defense and they don't destroy the devatas, they will get destroyed. And if if they kill the devatas, they will get destroyed. If they don't kill, they will get completely defeated and lose whatever powers they have. Even they may not get enough food to eat, and they may be even captured. Anything can happen. So they are now in a dilemma. Now what to do? So this Daruka, she says that I have the blessing of Mother Parvati with me, and I can take this forest wherever I like. And so, from where they were, they all shifted to the ocean. Their whole forest went into the ocean. And so, when they went to the ocean, went down into the ocean, they started living there. Now the devatas won't come and attack them there. Rishis are doing their yajnas. Devatas have gone back. Now, what happened? Their nature is to trouble people. Rakshasas are like that. Interestingly, if you uh, reverse the word Rakshas, what will you get? Sakshar. Sakshar means educated, one who has studied, knowledgeable. Opposite of that. If one has not studied, one doesn't have that culture, Vivek, Vinamrata, all that, then one is a Rakshas. And sometimes there are people who are Sakshar also and who are Rakshas, who are so-called studied, educated, have enough qualification, degree, this, that, but one is still Rakshas because the lower, baser tendencies are so much. Selfishness is very high, troubling people and yet not feeling anything bad about it. That is a height of, that is selfishness. One is not compassionate, kind. Seeing the sorrows of others, one is moved. Knowledge brings that compassion, sensitivity, ability to serve, humility. All that comes with knowledge and understanding. But when that is not there, the exact opposite. One derives sadistic joy by disturbing others, destroying others, and one laughs, one feels great thrill. So these Rakshasas, where they went, they troubled people. So now in the ocean they are, and they're troubling all the creatures in the ocean. So once it so happened that many ships, they are sailing in the ocean and filled with the human beings. What did these Rakshasas do? See, they are quietly going from one place to another. But these Rakshasas, unnecessary, they want to trouble. They captured all of them and put them in a prison. And they kept threatening them. We will eat you up, we will kill you, we will destroy you, all that. What do they want to gain from them? It's not that they are having some lot of wealth and this and that, just trouble. Many times it is said, no, empty mind is a devil's workshop. It is like that. Nothing higher to do in life. That's one thing to learn. If I don't have anything greater in life, a higher purpose in life, I will be stuck with petty things. See, I may have a job to do, I may have some position also, but if my mind is not inspired by higher ideals, it will be stuck in pettiness. What did this person do? Why did that person talk like that? And the politics of people, one gets stuck in that only. Vyavhar is a different thing, but psychologically having that type of a mindset where one is just too involved in this raga and dvesha. So the mind, when it is not having a higher purpose, it will get stuck in raga and dvesha. And here the Rakshasas, nothing greater to do, wanting to trouble people. Innocently they are going in the boat, captured all of them in the ship and trouble everyone. Now in that group, there was one devotee of Bhagavan called Supriya, and he was a businessman. And so apparently this boat may be having a few businessmen and some, anything, wealth or precious diamonds or gold or some kind of material which can be sold, and business can happen through that. So the Rakshasas must have got some of this also, but this Supriya, he was their leader, the leader of that whole group. He was a businessman, but he was a devotee of Bhagwan Shiva. Now, he will not eat food without doing worship of Bhagwan Shiva. That is his sadhana. And so, in that place also, in that jail, he doesn't break his niyam. And he does the worship of Bhagwan Shiva. And not only he does, many of his uh, associates, whoever have come with him, he taught them also. Now they all are sitting in the jail and doing Om Namah Shivaya mantra japa and meditating on Bhagwan Shiva. This Supriya is a devotee who also has darshan of Bhagwan Shiva. He is a very great devotee who has so much of surrender and bhavana, and he keeps having darshan of Bhagwan Shiva. So that devotee is in the jail and he is worshipping. Interesting thing is, like we saw in the earlier significance of Jyotirlingas, that Parthiv Linga can be created out of mud and then one worships Bhagwan and then Vilaya can be done. Again, next day you create from that same mud another Parthiv Linga. So one can keep doing that. So that is one way. Now these people are put in the ocean. Now they are in the jail there. Where will they create Parthiv Linga and all that? So Shiv Puran says this thumb of ours is the linga and this is the pitha. And so if nothing is available, on the thumb one can do the puja with the bhav that this is Bhagwan, this is the linga, and this is the yoni, this is the pitha, and this is the linga that one has, and one can worship Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. If one wants a symbol and one externally wants to do some offering, one can do with this also. So now this Supriya, he is worshipping. See, some people don't need physically because their mind, they can do the entire thing in the mind. So we have Shiva Manasa Puja also. And that worship in the mind is much more subtler and more powerful because the whole puja is done only in the mind. Like last few days we have been doing. Do the agarbatti, do the arati, do the offerings of flowers, do the abhishek, full. One can do in the mind. So Supriya is a devotee who does in the mind also. And additionally, people love to do outside also because inside, outside, everywhere one wants to see Shiva. So Bhakta can do both. And so this Supriya, he worships Bhagwan in that. He is not disturbed because what happened, why this happened, I am a devotee of Bhagwan and why these Rakshasas have captured us and when will Bhagwan save me? He just continues to worship Bhagwan. What else can you do? One can't fight them out, they will finish you. One is worshipping the Lord. And so what happens then? This Daruka, the husband, the Daruka comes to know that we were not allowing the rishis to worship Bhagwan in the forests, etc. And this Supriya is worshipping Bhagwan right in our abode, in the prison. And so he ran to kill Supriya. And when these Rakshasas they saw, they also joined him. um, the whole group is running towards Supriya with all this, the sword and the huge kind of, what do you call that, axe with which one chops off the head. So with all the weapons, they have come and they want to kill him. For a moment, Supriya gets scared and he says, doesn't matter. See, fear when it comes, one has to invoke faith. All these are learnings from the story. No matter what happens, one should not leave the worship of Bhagwan. Wherever one is, whichever way possible, one should do the worship of Bhagwan. There is no excuse. One can't say that I am traveling, so I don't have my, facility to do Sandhya Vandan, or I don't have this ability to do Achaman, and where will I put my altar and this and that. No, then do entire thing in the mind. or look at your thumb and do the archana to Bhagwan. You can do whichever way. Shastra gives so many options. No excuse. So even in jail he was worshipping, and then when they ran to kill him, for a moment he had fear in his mind, but the moment fear came, he invokes faith. So the antidote for fear is knowledge and faith, because fear arises out of ignorance. When I don't know something, then I misapprehend something, then fear will arise. That is one possibility. Like I don't know what is in the darkness, so then I may imagine there is some cockroach, there is some ghost, there is some thief, anything. I don't know what is the future, so mind imagines that what if this happens, what if that happens. And the more negative imagination happens, the more the fear will increase. So solution is where I can come to know, like in the case of darkness, put on the light, see what is fear goes. In case of future, I can't know the future. There I must invoke the faith. In this case, where there is this fear that, oh, he is coming to kill me, there's a fear of this, the pain in the physical body, death, all that. And so when fear comes, he invokes faith and he starts worshipping Bhagwan, he starts chanting the name of Bhagwan. And he surrenders to Bhagwan and he says this, that please protect me. You are Kalyanakari, you are Trilokanath, you are Dushtahanta, you are Bhaktavatsala, and please save us from these uh, Rakshasas. You are everything for us. We surrender unto you, and you please grant us protection. Now, please remember, he is a Vaishya. So he is not skilled in some warfare and all that. If there is Kshatriya, one will retaliate back. So our culture does not say that whenever somebody attacks us, only worship Bhagwan. Where one can attack, where one can defend, one has to defend. Where one knows, defend. Whichever way one can put up a resistance, put up. But here he chose, and he is a bhakta, he is sattvic in his mind, he is a Vaishya by temperament, a businessman by temperament. He says better to take refuge of Bhagwan. So he prays to Bhagwan. And what happens then? When he prays in this way to the Lord, Bhagwan manifests there. And when he comes there, uh, along with him, there is a beautiful temple also that manifests there. And in that temple, in the middle, there's this most brilliant, effulgent Jyotirlinga, which manifests Shivalinga. And Bhagwan Shiva is not only there himself, but his whole parivar is there. So Parvati Devi and Ganesh ji, Kartikeya ji, all of them are there. So they all manifest there. And now that Bhagwan himself has manifested, all the more Supriya worships Bhagwan and he is very thrilled and that Bhagwan has come there. So what did Bhagwan do? He took his Pashupat Astra and he destroyed all the Rakshasas. Now who are left there? This Daruka and Daruka, they are left. So many of these Rakshasas, they got killed. And main Rakshasas, whoever are their main, whatever you can call, chieftains, commanders, etc. Bhagwan kills all of them and protected Supriya. So the shloka here says, Iti sampratita shambhuhu vivaranirgatastada bhavanenottameenatha chaturdvarayutena cha. So it is Chaturdvara. So the temple has four um, gates and Bhagwan manifested there. Madhye Jyotir Swarupam cha Shivarupam tadadbhutam Parivara Samayuktam Drishtva cha Pujayat Savai. So with his Parivar he manifested and is there in the form of the Jyotirlinga and he was worshipped. Pujitascha tada Shambhu Prasanno Hyabhavat Swayam Astram Pashupatam Nama Datva Rakshasa Pungavan Jaghana Sopakaranam Jaghanasopakaranams तान् सर्वान् सगणान् अरक्षच्च स्वभक्तं वै दुष्टः स हि शङ्करः. So Shankara is Dushtaha. Dushtaha means the destroyer of those who are evil. And Swabhakta Arakshacha. So he protects. So the faith is Bhagavan protects the devotee. In the Gita also Bhagavan says, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. My devotee shall not perish. That does not mean the devotee will not go through difficult times. Sometimes the devotee will go through for whatever karmic reasons. And sometimes the devotee goes through more trouble than anybody else. Because sometimes Bhagavan has to do some leela through the devotee to give a message. Sometimes it is karmic reason, sometimes it is will of Bhagavan. Reasons can be many. So if somebody thinks that I am a devotee, I should not get any problem, that's a wrong equation. Problems can come to anybody. And that is test of the faith also. Sometimes the Lord also does some leela to bring out the glory of the devotee and the strength of the faith of the devotee. Like Narsimha Bhagwan could have manifested any time, but through the whole Leela, how many times Hiranyakashipu tries to kill Prahlad ji, through that the Bhakta and his glory and nobility of his character, his life, anchoring in devotion, Shraddha, all that comes out beautifully. So Bhagwan can do some of these out of different reasons. And so he is protected. So Priya is protected. And what happens then? He blessed the forest also. Now it is said here that in this forest, now the Rakshasas are killed. Only this Daruka and this his wife, Daruka, they are there. Now they are completely ineffective. All their power has been destroyed. The Rakshasas have been killed. And Bhagwan says that from now onwards in this Vana, lot of Brahmanas, Rishis, Sadhus, sons, all of them will come and they will worship me, they will do yajna, yaga, dharma will get established here, all that he says. And the tamoguni Rakshasas will not be able to live here. Now, when he says that, this Daruka goes to the refuge of Mother Parvati. Bhagavan has come with his whole parivar there, so she takes the refuge of Mother Parvati and she prays. So Mother Parvati says, tell me, what do you seek? What do you want? So she says, please protect my Vamsha. Rakshasa, so many of them have been killed, but please protect my Vamsha. And Mother Parvati says, okay, I promise you that your Vamsha will be protected because Daruka and Daruka, they both are left. And so she prays to Bhagavan. Parvati Devi says to Bhagavan that whatever you have said, that there will not be any Rakshasas here, etc., it will be true till the end of this yuga. No, ulta. Till the end of this yuga, let this Daruka and Daruka, they also stay here. After that, whatever you said will come true, that there will not be any Rakshasas anymore here. So at the end of the yuga, what you have said will come true. So Shivji, when Parvati Devi tells this, um, she says, I am also yours, I have taken your refuge, and so you please ensure that this is implemented. And this Daruka and Daruka, let them stay here. And she says that this Daruka is a great devotee and very strong, very powerful. And she will rule over the Rakshasas. They will not trouble the rishis. Uh, they will all stay in harmony. So let them continue here. You please allow them to coexist here. And at the end of this Yuga, then the Rakshasas no more will be in this place. So coexistence, she tells them. So so there are two transformations that have happened in this story, if you see. One is some of those people who were wicked, those Rakshasas who could not be transformed, who did not have devotion, they got killed. So one way to do Dharma Samsthapana is when Bhagwan destroys the evildoers. And the second way is where Bhagwan transforms them. So this Daruka goes to the mother and she surrenders, she prays, please protect my Vamsha. She understands that Bhagwan is the most powerful one, so she dare not do this again. So there is a deeper transformation that has happened. And they now coexist. So all the Brahmanas, the Rishis, Munis, they will also be there in the forest, and this Daruka and Daruka also will be there in the forest. They will coexist, they will not harm the Brahmanas. So if they don't harm the Brahmanas, etc., there is no problem. They can always live there. If they worship, if they disturb the Brahmanas, their worship, their yajna, etc., then Bhagwan has to say, you clear this place. You can't stay here anymore, or he may even kill them. So this another point is this, that the coexistence happens. So we don't have a challenge in coexisting. In Hindu culture, we have no issue. Anybody can be there. They can follow their own religion. They can follow whatever they have their belief patterns, because we don't discriminate in that way. We say that all are one, all are divine. But if somebody is attacking, not allowing us to do what we need to do, then we have to destroy. We have to defend and then attack them and destroy them, and that will happen. One can't stop that. That happens even in our body. When virus attacks, bacteria attacks, our immunity system will fight back. If it doesn't fight back, then we will die. So this simple learning here, and Shivji keeps the word, Mother Parvati's word. So Shivji is not some authoritarian figure saying ki what I have said has to happen now. Who are you? Nothing like that. Shivji says, okay, you are very dear to me, and this is what if you want, it will happen like this, no problem. And so, and he says that I will also stay here. So now in his presence, definitely they can't do anything more. So he says, I will also stay here with a lot of love. These devotees are there. I meaning the whole family, they stay there. And he says, at the end of Kali Yuga and in the beginning of the Satyuga, he says, Mahasena Putra Veer Sen will be the king of kings, and he will be born. He will rule here. He is a great devotee of mine, and he will be a great devotee of mine, and he is very Parakrami Raja, and he will come here to have my darshan. So I will be here, and having got my darshan, he will also become a great Chakravarti Samrat. So this is the Bhavishya. He is predicting it is what is going to happen in future. So I'm going to be here in Darukavana. And so both of them, Mother Parvati and Bhagwan Shiva, they reside there. And whoever worships Bhagwan there is worshipping the whole family. So Nageshwar Linga, that is one of the glorious aspects. Then the regular aspects. When one worships Bhagwan, the desires get fulfilled, the sins get destroyed, as well as Bhagwan finally grants mukti also to the people. एवं नागेश्वरो देव उत्पन्नो ज्योतिषां पतिः लिङ्गरूपस्त्रिलोकस्य सर्वकामप्रदः सदा एतद्यशृणुयान्नित्यं नागेशोद्भवमादरात् सर्वान् कामान् नियाद्धीमान् महापातकनाशनान्. So this is the glory of Nageshwarnath Bhagwan. So various things we learn, the importance of faith, the importance of daily sadhana and worship, coexistence, many beautiful lessons one can learn from this. So today we will again meditate on the form and with the mantra Om Namah Shivaya.